Navy SEAL Tyrone Woods was one of the 4 Americans killed during the terrorist attacks in Benghazi on September 11, 2012. Woods ignored orders to stand down. He went to the consulate to try to save those in peril. He fought to his death, trying to keep the attackers at bay. In fact, his body was found slumped over his machine gun. He was firing to his last moment on Earth. With us now is Tyrone's father, Charles Woods, and Ty's younger sisters, Joy, Faith, and Hope. They're in the audience with us, and we're delighted to have you all here. Charles, there are 30 survivors from that night in Benghazi. They saw firsthand what happened. They experienced it. Many of those people are alive because of your son and because of Glenn Daugherty. Have you been able to have contact with some of those folks?
You know, right after the funeral, there was an individual who emailed me. His name was Peterson, and he was the information officer in Benghazi. He was basically relaying the distress calls and then telling the powers that be what was happening there. He sent a very touching email, and he said, "Your son's sacrifice saved my life. I'd like to talk to you." And on 2 occasions we did get to visit.
What did he tell you?
Well, unfortunately, at the time, I believed the official story, and so I really didn't know what questions to ask. I wish I had the opportunity to contact him again. I have tried to contact him. He is apparently outside of the United States, or somehow I can't contact him at his email or his phone number that he gave me.
What were you told originally? You said that what you thought he was going to tell you was going to be very different than the official version. So the official version you were given was what?
Well, the first official version I got, which has been revised, was from Hillary, and that was before Ty's funeral when the bodies were shipped back to Andrews Air Force Base. And she said that famous statement about, "We are going to prosecute the person that was responsible for that video."
She was talking about that YouTube video.
Yeah, I'd heard about a video in Egypt. That was the first mention of any video in Libya.
Now, she said she was going to get you the truth. Did the president also speak to you?
Well, yeah, I spoke with the president, and he was very gracious, and it was nice for him to take time out to come and visit with the families. He went to each family group and came over, and he shook my hand, and I shook his hand and just gently put my hand on his shoulder. And I said, "Thank you for your service." And I said that I was at peace with my son's death, even though I grieved quite a bit, and I still cry when I think about it. But I told him that, you know, my view of reality was this, was that it was Ty's time, that God could have prevented that, but God knew what was best. And I think I made a statement that some good will come out of this.
Did he tell you that you would get the truth, that he would find out what happened and let you know? Or did Hillary? Did anyone tell you that?
Well, generically, the president did offer to reach out to the families, and so far that has not happened. I decided recently to initiate contact, and so I did send the president a letter saying that there are several questions that I would like to have answered in order to bring closure to my family.
But no contact from the White House, the State Department?
Oh, none. That's why I initiated contact, and I'm sure that he will. He's very busy right now with Syria, but I'm sure when his plate is more empty, he will respond to that.
With all due respect, I don't care how full his plate is, you deserve an answer. The rest of America deserves an answer, and the president should make time to give you and the rest of this country an answer as to why your son died in Benghazi that night.
Well, it's a little bit late for that. I wish that he had taken time the night of September 11th not to go to bed, not to prepare to collect money in Las Vegas, but I wish he'd taken time then to watch more of the video of the lifetime, basically ambush, attack of the embassy, and that I wish that he had sent the troops that everyone knows were available to rescue those, because it's always been the policy of our military to never leave anyone behind, to always rescue. In this,
and that is a question that we also need to
in this case, there was no rescue attempt. There were no planes sent.
Yeah.
In fact, Ty's body was left on the tarmac for 3 hours, and there wasn't even an American plane sent to rescue or to even take his body home. They had to commandeer a Libyan plane, and they didn't even know where it would be taken, in order to remove his body from the tarmac. Is that a way to treat an American hero?
It most certainly is not, Charles, and that's why I think all of us in this country are asking that we get answers. Well, Charles has had a lot of people on his side trying to get the answers that he and his family deserve. So is he any closer to the truth? We're now a year past Benghazi. We'll continue our conversation with Charles Woods right after this.